Let's talk about the time Fancy Pants brought his niece to Ponyville. It's a day like any other for the CMC, and they are planning the next Cutie Mark camp. But it's a special one, being the first overnight camp. Scootaloo tries to convince them to include bungee jumping in the plans, but gets rudely interrupted by Rarity, who lets them know of an emergency. Fancy Pants is coming to town, and he is bringing his niece to join the CMC's camp. But Rarity is more excited for what it could do for their business, instead of what they can do for her. Regardless, the kids are excited to have someone from out of town join them, and want to get right back to prepping. Once again, completely ignoring Scootaloo's bungee cord suggestion. Keep that in mind, it's gonna be on the test. Later, Rarity assembled a giant welcome committee for Fancy Pants, even full with mayor, princess, and a party cannon. And while Fancy Pants seems to enjoy it, his niece on the other hand really doesn't. And she is the one he wants to get a cutie mark. And he puts a lot of expectations on her, saying he wants her to have one and being important and influential. And that the most important thing is that she comes home with a mark. Rarity is also not helping. At the camp, everyone meets up, and Gilded Lily has so much luggage, as much as Rarity. Now it's time for activities though. Scoot suggests scooter tricks, but gets blown off by the others. They do enjoy their time apple picking and swimming, but Gilded Lily doesn't seem to join in at all. Not even when one person gets a cutie mark for birdwatching. Gilded Lily just seems down and uninterested. But the CMC don't know what to do, since they aren't even sure what a cutie mark in being important and influential would even be. So they decide to stick to the schedule. Scoots wanted to suggest a tree climbing exercise, but it's getting brushed off once more. At the campfire, one of the campers decides to cook for the group, and in the process discovers their passion for it, and a cutie mark. Her family wants a lunch stand, so it's perfect for it. Gilded Lily sits in the background, still sad, but no indication why. They want to give one more activity a try before talking to her about it, and that last try is stargazing with telescopes. Lily's just sitting at the sides, seemingly disinterested, but when she hears the other kids talking about constellations and stars all wrong, she had enough and interferes, clearing them up about the Ursa Major, the Siren constellations, and more. She also suggests to schedule a camp during the lunar eclipse, and right as she says that, her flank begins to shine, revealing an astronomy cutie mark. Instead of feeling joy, she starts to run away. Baffled by this development, Scootaloo starts searching for her, and finds her sitting under a tree, crying. She wants to be left alone, but the time for that is done, so Scoots comes right in and asks what's going on. She reveals that she actually liked the activities and the outdoors, nature, and especially astronomy, but she also had Fancy Pants. Her family wants her to be all proper and important, so getting a cutie mark in astronomy is not what her family expects of her. It's not the social status she thinks she has to get. It might be what she's meant to do, but not the destiny others have in mind for her. She held back all day, because she didn't want to disappoint her family with her wrong cutie mark. Scootaloo gives the advice to stay true to herself, but Lily is right. Scootaloo isn't doing that either. She has been constantly blown off when the others didn't like her ideas. Scoots just goes along with it cause they supposedly make decisions together. This is when she realizes that both of them need to be more firm, when they want to follow their own path instead of others' expectations. It's gonna be difficult, but they both will stand up for themselves more. The next day, Scootaloo breaks the news to the others that she wants her own camp for extreme sports. Applebloom and Sweetiebelle don't listen and think she wants to break up the CMC. But no, they are jumping to conclusions. She wants to be a crusader, but there are also things she needs to do for herself. The others understand and Scoots forgives them. So now, it's time for the last bit. Telling Fancy about Lily's cutie mark. He sees the telescope and before he can say anything, Lily starts to profusely apologize, only for him to stay calm. This was expected. She doesn't need a cutie mark, like the rest of the family, to be part of it. Weeks later, they get a letter from her, telling them about a fundraiser at the Candlelight Observatory, and confirming that she'll help with the lunar eclipse camp. She found her own way to be influential, and so did Scoots, who is getting ready for her first camp. Unexpectedly, the other two join in, and they are still an unstoppable team. This comic is about standing up for yourself and subverting expectations. Fancy Pants puts pressure on his niece, making her feel like she needs to live up to her family name. He really worded that terribly. If he had made clear that any cutie mark could lead to the goal, or that he just wants her to discover her own path, this all could have been avoided. Though if he had, Scootaloo wouldn't have learned the lesson either, so it all worked out in the end. But this is still a lesson to the parents. Don't pressure your children, and instead, let them discover their own path. It also shows us something about cutie marks. It's not about the mark itself, it's about what you can do with it. The mark doesn't define you, your actions do. So what do you think? Would you want to be free to discover who you are like that? Did you miss my comic videos? Let me know. Join my Discord and discuss some more. Thanks to my supporters, especially to my Alicorn Tier supporters, Princess, who wants me to let you know, reunite the Star Scouts, and Settled Spectrum, who wants me to say, Pistachio's best pony, and to my Pony Tier Patreon, Maverick. Until next time for the Bony Spoony fellas, and bye.